You might know, if you haven't heard, so we got an idea. As a host, they asked me, when you give your thank you speeches, they just said you got to keep them on time. So they wanted me to come up with a way to do that. So what I came up with is this way, is everybody gets 45 seconds. And honestly, give your speech. I know how hard you guys have all worked to get here. I'm not trying to take anything away. 45 seconds, that's what you got. And if you want to do more than that, do it on social media later. That's more people are going to see it there anyway. So to start, though, I am going to donate $100,000 to the Girls Club of America. So, yeah. All right. Remember that. Remember how fun that was, because this part is hard to say. If you stay 45 seconds, it stays at $100,000. That's all right. I know. Every second you go on, or over, I'm sorry. Every second you go over 45 seconds, we will deduct $1,000 away from the boys and girls. I know. Oh. That's tough. It's hard. That's tough. It's cool. What are you gonna do though? You know, can't change it. This is a game I made up, and these are the rules. So, something. Look, if you go under, we will put $1,000 a second back on for the Boys and Girls Club of America. Relax. Let's have fun. All right. By the way, we want to see. We already got started. Seth, congrats. Glad he didn't even know about this at all. But what did Seth do? Was he over, under? Stayed the 40 under? No. All right. He was under. Don't go crazy though, because I am paying. So don't you go over a little, some go under. Do the right thing. All right. Well, now you know the rules. Those are it. So now that everybody knows, let's keep this show going. I remember nothing from school. People talk about history to me, and I'm like, I don't know when you guys learned that. I think we skipped all of this. I almost didn't graduate high school. I had an F in science. I was taking a class called science my senior year in high school. I mean, I had an F, and my dad went and talked to the teacher and just said, look, just give him a D. He's not going to do science stuff. And the teacher agreed to it. She was that confident I wouldn't touch the science world. We took ACTs, and I got a 17 on it. And if you don't ACTs, 18 is, they're like, that's not good, man, but you made it. 17, they're like, are you enrolled in this school? Like, what are you doing? The only thing I remember is in 7th grade, we had a kid fist fight PE teacher. That stuck with me. He was too old to be in 7th grade. He drove to 7th grade. If you're a 7th grade teacher and one of the kids drives, you just know you got to fight that kid one day. It's just happening. My wife's always around too. I feel always near, especially about home. It's like I married a cat that I'm like, you just always on me. If I go to the bathroom, she's like, I'm gonna paint the bathroom door while you're in there. I'm like, you couldn't do it later? No, I had all the time to do it. I thought I'd wait till you went in, and that's when I was gonna start. If I eat something she doesn't approve of, it pops up, man. I'll try to sneak it. I could eat an Oreo cookie in the attic at 3 a.m., and I would bet my life a light would cut on, and she'd be like, what are you doing up here? And if I questioned it, it was like, what are you doing up here? She's like, I'm always up here. This is when I do my attic stuff. She put Life 360 on my phone. That's so they can treat you when they're not near you. You might not even know you have it on your phone. It's worse than what the government's doing. I would rather the government track me than her. She just calls me, why are you at Krispy Kreme donuts? I'm like, look, I'm not gonna live like this, all right? If I want donuts, I'm not gonna lock my phone in a gym locker and go pay cash for donuts. Done it, but I'm not gonna do it every time. God forbid I go to a store she has a coupon for. I mean, I'll be walking into the parking lot just to get a call, buy anything, I have a coupon. I'm like, do you think I'm gonna come home and get that coupon? Is things about to happen? I'm gonna try to pay more now that you called. I don't even know if Target allows that, but I'm gonna try to negotiate up on this toothpaste. You better hope they don't round up. I'm rounding up. I hate coupons so much, and she's addicted to them. She will not let me leave. Like, I got a coupon. I'm like, I just feel so stupid. I'm buying deodorant, and I'm like, I don't have all the money, but I'm almost there. But I do have this coupon. One day, I hope to be able to pay full price. We are saving up as much as we can. So I'm married. Do we have a lot of married people here? A few. Some. That's fun. It's fun. I don't know. I've been married 4 years now, and it's getting pretty serious, to tell you the truth. A lot more serious than I thought. I always have, I got other buddies that are getting married now, so they always want to come talk to me. So, I always tell them, they're like, what's it like? I'm like, here's what it is. I'm just telling everybody. Marriage is like, you ever go to a concert and you see a mosh pit, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna go get in that mosh pit. But then once you get in it, you're like, I do not want to be in this mosh pit at all. I'm going to leave and go get some beer. Then the mosh pit's like, didn't you drink last night? All right, mosh pit, why don't you get off my back and let me live my life? Why? I travel a lot, and it's not easy when you travel a lot. When you fly a bunch, you just think you're going to die a bunch. I fly all the time. I was going through security recently, and this lady in front of me told the TSA agent that she was nervous about standing in the X-ray machine. And then the TSA agent goes, well, it's a lot safer than that plane you're about to get on. All right. What plane is she about to get on? Do you know something about that plane? Why would you say that? Have you ever got on a flight and just looked at everybody already on it? It just looks like a group that would go down in a plane crash, for some reason. You're like, I feel like I've seen y'all before. I had a pilot tell us right before we take off that he was retiring and this was his last flight. You're like, just say that when we land, dude. We'll be the same people, why are you putting this much pressure on this flight? He's basically just like, either way, this is my last flight. So, I don't even like to change flights because I'm afraid I would change into one that goes down. And that would be so frustrating. Everybody's crying and you're like, you think you guys are upset? I paid $200 extra to get on this flight. You guys are lucky. I was going through a small airport recently, and so they just had the metal detector, and so we go through, and a guy in front of me, it beeps, and then they asked him, they're like, hey, do you think, do you have anything metal on you? And he was like, my keys. He's like, do you think that would do it? And it was I think that would be the #1 answer on Family Feud of what would set a metal detector off. Keys? We thought he was going to be his knee or something. He's like, keys, do you think? You're like, let's just try it without it and see what happens. When you're married, fighting is open 24 hours. Anytime. We got in a fight recently at 3 a.m. We woke up to get in this fight. And we live in Nashville, and we have a dog that freaks out when it thunders. So it was thundering. So we have sedatives to give her because there's only so many times you can tell a dog it's just thunder before you're like, just take this. Hope this works. I'm not going to hold you through it, So I wake up, and I had asked my wife. I was like, hey, where are the sedatives at? And she was like, they're at the top of the cabinet. So I go get them. When I get them, I looked at the bottle, and the bottle said they were expired. So I had to wake her back up. And I was like, hey, these say they're expired. And she was annoyed. She was like, they're not expired. Those are new pills in an old pill bottle. And I was like, all right, I should have thought of that. That's my fault. People come to our house all the time and they get milk and they're like, is this milk expired? And I have to go, that's new milk in an old milk jug. Are you the stupidest person I've ever met in my life? How could you not figure that out? That's basically what I told her. It wasn't as fun as that, you know, but that was the gist. And instead of just saying, you're right, that's a logical statement, she dives all in and tells me it doesn't matter because dog medicine can't even expire, which she's never even heard a rumor about that. She doesn't know that. We don't know any dog medicine people. I know who she knows, and we don't know one dog medicine maker that's like texting her like, let me tell you a little secret about dog medicine. We've invented medicine that can't expire. Me and my wife were in Nashville last summer, and we went out on the lake with some of our friends, and we were floating in the water, and there was a guy in a boat, like right next to us, and my wife was like, oh, that's my ex-boyfriend in that boat. I didn't know who he was. She didn't have to say anything at all. She was just basically like, are you having fun? Because I would like to put a stop to that and make you stare at this guy the rest of the day. So I'm staring at him, and then I look at her, and she's staring at him. I feel like she's staring at him to see what her life would be like if she didn't marry me. So I started staring at him because I was like, I'm gonna see what my life would be like if I didn't marry her, you know? We were both putting so much pressure on this guy, and we have a daughter. We have a 3-year-old daughter, and we took her to Disney World, and I made the mistake of like telling my friends. They were just like, I don't know why you're taking her, you know, just wasting money. She's not going to remember it. And like, it's exciting. Like she believes in Minnie Mouse. Like it's fun to see her get excited. Like, what should I do? Should I just leave her in a closet and be like, do you remember yesterday? No? Well, until you start remembering things, I'm not going to waste any of my money on you, you know? I love here in Montreal. I've been here a few times. Last time I was here, had a bit of a too much of a good time. Is that how you should say it? I was staying here at the hotel, super drunk, and locked myself out of my hotel room completely naked. And I remember getting all the way out, and then I hear the door shut, which is the most noise I've ever heard in my entire life. So I'm standing there, I'm like, what are you gonna do? And I was like on the 7th floor, and I was like, oh, there's no, I'll just jump out of that, you know? That's easier than talking to my wife about this. And I looked to the left, and there was a cleaning lady, and she's just staring at me. And I'm just like, what are you doing here? And you know why she's there? Because it's like 11 a.m. That's why she's there. That's how far in the day it was. And I looked at her just like, you know, what are you gonna do? Like, this happens to the best of us, right? And she was like, it's never happened before. And I don't have like a body either that's like, you're welcome. You know what I mean? Like I did her a favor. I was like, come on, it's your lucky day, all right? Take it in. I do nothing to try to lose weight. I'm just kind of riding it out, seeing here's where we're at right now. What I've started doing, though, is I tell people I weigh 300 pounds because, yeah, a pretty dumb guy just